today's catch that we caught. We caught 7 lionfish today. Probably gonna make some ceviche out of them, but not really sure. But right now I'm just gonna get to the job of filleting them all up. This is our first day since quarantine's been over. We've been out. This is the first time I've actually dove myself since March 26th, I believe it was. So it's June 12th right now, and that's our catch from today. Not a lot, but guess what? Good enough to eat, because lionfish taste fantastic. Salute, everybody. This is Dave here. Just gonna show you, already showed you the catch. Now I'm just gonna fillet up the lionfish today that we caught right over here. And if you've never tried lionfish before, you should really give her a go, because they are fantastic eating. All right, so let's get to it. And one thing, you always need beer when you're filleting fish up. Here we go. We're gonna start with the smaller one first and go from there. So I've got a couple really, really tiny ones. You're not gonna get a lot of meat out of them, but you know what? To make a little bit of a ceviche up, whoop, not a problem. Get a little bit of, and they're kind of, the small ones are a little more difficult to fillet up than the bigger ones, but you get a little piece of meat off of them, and that's good. And because lionfish are invasive, that it's important that we get them out of the ocean. And Callie, get out of there, girl. One thing that's very important is when you want to rinse off your fillets and stuff like that, it's very important that you use salt water. If you don't bring any back from you to the ocean, go ahead and just salt up some of that. And just normal fresh water, salt it up. We'll throw a couple ice cubes in to chill it down. Boom. And there's one filleted lionfish up. And then we'll just check to make sure there's no bones. A couple little bones here, the rib bones, we'll get rid of those. These ones are really, this one's really, really small, so. One thing that's very important is you gotta watch the spines on these things, because they can be very venomous, and they can hurt a lot when you get stung by them. But you know what? And I will be right back with you once I finish up these lionfish, and I'll show you the finished products. Because I don't want to bore you with me filleting all of the lionfish. That's the first one I got today. First dive since June 12th. Well, not since June 12th. Today, June 12th, that's the first one I got. You can see the belly's all blown up because I ended up getting him at about 130 feet on the dive today. This is their, I don't know if you can see it. Let me come over there and see if you guys can see this. This is their roe, which is the eggs of the lionfish. So more than anything, the most important thing down here is that we need to remove these lionfish because they're an invasive species down here. So these are all the eggs. So I probably here, I'm guessing maybe 30,000 different eggs there, which means 30,000 less lionfish that could possibly be out in the reefs here in Playa del Carmen eating the native species. So this is why we try to eliminate all the lionfish that we have, or we'll never eliminate them, but we're just gonna try to curb their numbers, as you could say. But this is a female, of course, so it's very important that we remove these lionfish from the reefs here locally in order to save our natural fish population. And I don't know if anyone knows, has anyone ever eaten the roe of the lionfish? Is it any good? I don't know. I guess maybe we'll have to try it one day and see. And unfortunately, today, this was the biggest one that we caught today, which it's not that big, but it's an okay size. And the most important thing is that when we're doing the lionfish is that they have these spines here. They have 18 spines in total. They have these ones here. They have a couple down here, 2 or 3 here, 1 or 2 here. And then there's 1 or 2 down here on their anal fin, which are, if you get stung with them, these fish are venomous, and you do not want to get stuck by the spines, trust me. I've been stung about 5 or 6 times, and you don't want to be stung with the spines. Everyone's affected differently by them, so you just have to be careful. And when you're filleting them, I've been doing this, I've filleted I don't know how many thousands of lionfish, but I do not remove the spines when I'm cooking them, when I'm filleting them. I just leave them there, and just be very careful when you're doing that. If you're nervous about them, you can take some shears like this. What do you want, Caddy girl? You can take some shears and remove the spines like this if you want to. And just take the spines off of them. All these ones here, the ones down here, you can take them all off with the scissors if you'd like to, or just be super careful when you're filleting them up. All right. And this one, we're gonna have a look to see what's inside and what they've been eating. This one here, just because it's a bit of a bigger one, we're actually going to fillet it just like you fillet a normal fish. And I need a sharper knife, or I need to sharpen this knife. look at how nice and white that fish is, the fillet. Firm, very beautiful. There are some pin bones and stuff, or some pin bones here, and then if you do accidentally cut the ribs, you just got to remove the rib cage bones as well. Not a big deal. All right, there we go. 2 beautiful fillets of lionfish. And look at that. You can see right through it. Very good job of filleting the, well, ain't perfect, but anyways, good enough for whatever. All right, now let's cut the stomach open on this one and let's see what the lionfish are eating, all right? The air sac right here. Watch. You can pop this, just like this. And there it goes. Back down. Now let's cut the stomach open. Everybody loves this part. Focusing, yeah, there we go. See, oh, there's a little shrimp there. So that was it in this one. Sometimes there's all sorts of different stuff in there, but there's just a little shrimp that it ate. And yeah, this is now, guess what? Groupers and other fish can't eat them now. So this is why we want to get rid of them to help. This is why we want to get rid of them to help save the native species that exists down here. Salute. So these are the leftover carcasses. And what I usually do with them is I'll put them in a bucket. Usually you can get a lot more than this. And then I'll freeze them. And then the next time I go out to the reef, I'll throw them in the ocean. And they'll melt and they'll drop down. The crabs will eat them. And so basically we're going to take them out, and then the leftover stuff here, the garbage stuff, we'll dump it back in. The crabs will eat them, maybe the eels, the fish will pick at them. So everything is one great big circle that goes around and around and around. Normally I would put them in my fridge at my my shop down there, but I haven't had the fridge on for a while because I haven't been working that much because we just got off of the quarantine. It's June 12th today. But I'm gonna put these in the freezer in the house here, but don't tell my wife, okay? Because she's not here. She's in Minnesota right now, so don't tell her I'm putting them in our freezer. So that's what we got out of 7 small well, exactly 7 fairly small lionfish. But you know what? That will be enough for me to make up a small ceviche tomorrow. And that's what I do. So if you want to join me tomorrow, I will show you how I make a ceviche up with this. Thanks very much. Have a great night, and we will see you tomorrow.